Is silver our secret weapon? Well, hey guys, Louie here, and welcome to the weekend. Wow, what a week it has been. And I had to go back a few weeks and look at a video I did on January 15th talking about if now was the time to change your entire strategy. All right, and this pertains to the stock market, this pertains to the crypto market, and this pertains to the precious metals market. We're also going to get a look at some beautiful new silver I picked up quite a few of, and looks like it's turning out to be a great investment. But let's get started with the markets. Okay, if you look at the chart that I'm about to put up, you will see one bar chart and then two lines. Okay, the bar chart is the NASDAQ, and it starts right around the time that I suspected we were making major changes in the market, around January 14th. But the bar is the NASDAQ, okay? The orange line is Bitcoin, the Bitcoin GBTC tracker, not exactly Bitcoin, but pretty darn close. And the blue line is silver. All right, which would you rather be in right now? And as I've said before, I believe the stock market is in a downtrend. I think a lot of people believe that. I think they believe that the violent rallies we're seeing are dead cat bounces, and we're headed lower. Not only in the NASDAQ, but also in the Dow, also in the S&P, and the Russell is just a hair shy of crash territory at 20%. And most people do have a lot of money in the stock market, fair enough, it has done well over time. But when the downturn starts, people tend to get somewhat complacent when they see some of the rallies. And before you know it, you're down 10%, you're down 15%. Well, by the time you're down 20%, CNBC will say you're officially in a crash. That's the definition of a crash, is being down 20% from the high. And if you've done nothing until that point, then you probably will say, well, I'm just going to ride it out. But be very careful with this, because the market has so far to fall, and we are definitely moving in a downward trend. The Fed is responsible for part of that, and other world events are responsible for part of that. But this is nothing like what we experienced prior to this. Okay, we had that radical low a couple years ago on the COVID sell-off. And of course, there was a lot of upward momentum after that exaggerated crash. But that time has come to pass, and I think the markets are telling you that they are turning down and they are headed much, much lower. Now, at the same time, I don't have gold on this chart, but I will show you shortly. Silver has been totally holding its own. As I've said many times, gold has really got silver's back, in that when the GSR is pegged up at 80, it generally cannot get too much higher. It could, okay, with some kind of really rare liquidity event, but 80 is really pushing the GSR to abnormal levels. And because gold is also in an uptrend, and you can certainly see that if I put up the gold chart, that silver is going to follow. And what we saw this Friday, and we've seen at various times, is that you can have the market going down, you can have Bitcoin going down, but precious metals can go up. It is definitely your secret weapon when it comes to protecting yourself. I not only have silver and gold paper products in my ETF right now, in my portfolio. Right now I have more gold than silver in the paper portfolio because it's less volatile. But I also have miners, and I want to show you a chart of one of the miners and give you a recommendation here. Now, if you're in the market and you're looking for a hedge, or you're getting out of the market and you're looking for something that would be more secure, I really want to draw your attention to the royalty companies. This is a gold royalty company, Franco-Nevada. Another one is Wheaton Precious Metals, and you can find the others on your own. But I had said to a friend the other day, boy, I'm really going to start investing heavily in Franco-Nevada because it really hasn't moved yet. This is at the bottom of the red bar is when we had this discussion. And sure enough, the next morning it popped like 3%. Now, I think part of that was that people knew that this big news story was coming about the Ukraine. And if you watch the market, the silver and gold miners were exploding higher long before the news came out and long before the market crashed and gold and silver headed up. So the smart money was listening for the news story and was jumping in the miners beforehand. Now, I do have other gold and silver miners, which I won't go through right now. But the thing about Franco-Nevada, which I realized listening to a podcast the other day, is a royalty company does not have the baggage of rising input costs. And so gold mines, silver mines, etc., they're going to have to contend with rising petroleum prices, cost of materials, rising labor prices, even with COVID in the rear view mirror. But a royalty company in a rising gold market is going to do really well. So I would draw your attention to that. Not trying to give you financial advice, just telling you what I am doing. Take a look at those gold royalty companies and take a look at all the miners because they are looking really constructive. Another thing that somewhat predicts higher gold and silver prices in the near future. Now you might say, well, when would I buy silver? Would I buy it today at 23.50 on its way to 24? Well, no, I wouldn't buy it today. I would go back to the video I did a couple weeks ago where I talked about my 3 triggers, and I really hope you'll take a look at this strategy. I'm going to go through it again really quickly. When you've got a smackdown in silver price, and we've had them recently, 50 cents, $1, 2 days of 50 cents or more, and then you've got the dealers offering low premium options for generic silver. All right, I'm not talking about Eagles. Most channels I see right now are joining the boycott, or at least recommending that you not buy Eagles at this point. But when the premium gets down to about $2, and it's been more like $2.50 lately, but you can buy the generic 10-ounce bars or the 1-ounce rounds, and you'll be in at a low entry cost. The next trigger is the GSR. When the GSR is over 80, again, we're pushed up to the limit, or what I would consider to be the upper boundary of the GSR. And gold's got your back when that happens. So the 3 things are smackdown, low premiums, the dealers are liquidating, and the GSR over 80. Watch for that, and I think if you use that as your entry point, as I did recently to purchase the silver I'm going to show you, then I think you'll be entering at a really optimal place. And of course, it all depends on your philosophy. If you think silver is going much lower, then obviously you would wait. But if you're just waiting forever, okay, you're just watching. You're a spectator. So put some skin in the game, and I think you'll reap the rewards, because I believe that gold and silver are in a buy the dip mode now. The stock market is in a sell the rip mode right now. I think cryptocurrency is headed much lower, although we've had a big spike. But I think it also is heading lower. And if you look back at that chart on Friday, it was really telling. Stock market crash, right? Gold and silver up dramatically, all right? And not just gold, because obviously gold is the instability protection. Silver, too, up dramatically. What happened to crypto? Dropped like a rock. Okay, this is the future. What you saw on Friday is a little snapshot of the future of where things are headed. Tangible assets are your insurance policy. And pieces of paper and digital bits and bytes are just that. In the end, they're nothing. All right. I also think that what's happening in the Ukraine is a lot of jaw flapping, and I think it will pass. I think that it is an excuse to provide weapons to the Ukraine and a lot of saber rattling. I mean, Russia is not the problem, guys. The problem is China. The problem is where we're having our Olympics as we speak, the most horrible human rights record, and out to get us in every possible way. They own our debt. They make all our crap. They're taking children from their families, okay, and putting them in COVID recovery camps. So you think Russia is the problem? And Ukraine and Russia have got their own internal squabbles. No, China's the problem, and we are as cozy with them as we have ever been. I think it's reprehensible. All right, now enough jaw flapping from me. Let's get a look at some beautiful silver. When did I buy this silver? Well, it was a couple weeks ago when all my triggers were met. I not only bought this 60 ounces of premium bullion, I also bought 100 ounces of shot in the low 24s an ounce. But what you have in front of you is the new Queen's Beast Completer BU 10-ounce coin. Okay, these are really hot in the UK. They dropped here recently in America, as I told you, and they immediately all got swooped in on and purchased. I got mine around 287, I believe. Okay, so 28 to $29 an ounce. They're really hot in the aftermarket. They're already up 40 bucks, 50 bucks from where I bought them. And that's why I also bought those. Not that I want a lot more collector coins, but I think these are going to be an excellent flip. And they also come in a capsule, which I didn't know when I purchased them. So another great product from the UK, and just really beautiful. If you can find some cheap, then by all means grab some. I think they are pretty good investment. And the 100 ounces of shot is not here yet, but you know, I look forward to doing something special with that shot. Just buy when the time is right. You know, people like to down silver when it's smacked down, and then people like to promote silver when it's going up. That's all I can say is when it's down, it's cheap. And that's the time to buy it. Okay, not to predict that it's going a lot lower, but hopefully my triggers will help you with that. And take a look at those gold companies as well, and all the miners. And let's get excited about silver and gold, because man, I think we have just started. I think we are headed to higher levels. My prediction, if I haven't told you yet, is 27 by the end of the first quarter. Okay. And I think what happened on Friday, I don't know if that'll blow over or not, but there is definitely a tailwind on gold and silver right now. So don't ignore it. Don't wait for lower prices, much lower prices. Look for the triggers. And with the GSR, I mean, even if gold goes back down to 1800, but if the GSR stays at 80, that means that anything generic that you've purchased with low premium can be traded. Can be traded either way, gold for silver or silver for gold. That's why I recommend the generics. If you're in at $2 over spot on your silver or 40 bucks over spot on your gold, you can truck down to the LCS and trade it out even if the prices are lower. All right, so really the nominal price of gold and silver is not my driver. The relationship between the two is my driver. If they want to crash gold back down, it doesn't really matter as much to me, because I'll be accumulating as much as possible using my silver when the time is right. All right, that's probably enough talking. I hope you enjoyed the coins. Please leave me a like if you enjoyed this video. Think about subscribing. It will help the channel, and I hope you guys have a really wonderful and exciting week. Bye now.